Today is the day we bought our dream tank. I've actually had the tank for about 3 or 4 days now. I just haven't told you guys about it yet, but that's why we're here making this video. I'm gonna try not to be in the video too much, but if you guys are curious why I'm wearing this big hoodie, I just got done doing homework and we're recording a YouTube video now, so I'm feeling kind of grungy. If you guys have been watching my channel for a while, then you know how much this tank means to me right here. In the title, I say that I got my dream aquarium again, and that's because I've actually had this aquarium before. I had this 30-gallon Innovative Marine about maybe 2.5 or 3.5 years ago, and ever since I sold it, literally like a week or two after I sold it, I've regretted it ever since. And they discontinued this aquarium, so you're no longer able to purchase it brand new. I want to say they did that maybe like 6 months ago, because this aquarium is recently brand new, which I'll get into that story in a little bit. But they stopped making these aquariums, so they've been really hard to get. And over the past 3 years, I've looked around a little bit, but in the past 2 months, I've been really looking hard to find an Innovative Marine 30L, which that's what this aquarium is, and they are really hard to find. If you go onto forums, Marketplace, OfferUp, Craigslist, they're just scarce in my area. And I live in San Diego County, which I thought there'd be a lot more aquarist, or that's not the right word. I thought there'd be a lot more people in the hobby down here, at least. There's not that many tanks down here. So the closest one to me, I had to wait about 2 months, and it was still about 40 minutes away. But the other comparables to it were like 3, 4, maybe even 5 hours away, and they were almost double the price. So I think I got a pretty good deal on this guy. If I haven't introduced it already, this is the Innovative Marine 30-gallon Nuvo. It's one of their all-in-one nano aquariums. It's kind of just tipping over that nano size. I think 30 is kind of where I cap it on nano size tanks, but yeah, I'm super excited to get this thing set up. Let's just run through it really quick. Just a quick backstory so you guys know where this tank came from. I got it off of a guy through a San Diego Reef forum on Facebook, or I guess a Facebook group, and he was moving and he said he might be selling his Innovative Marine 30L. So I said, whenever you're ready to sell it, let me know. And it took about 3 or 4 weeks for it to actually all fall into place. He had some hiccups with his moving situation, so I had to wait on him, but we did end up picking up the tank about 4 days ago, and I cleaned it up right when I got it home, and it's pretty much just sat here right next to my closet for the past few days. It did come with this Imagitarium stand, as you guys can see there. That's actually the same stand that the Innovative Marine 20-gallon mangrove tank sits on, and I was planning on purchasing another stand just like this when I do move myself, so we can set up some more tanks on another stand. Long story short, the stand was included in the price, so I didn't know that coming into the deal, so we got a stand out of it, which is awesome. The lights that are on it were not part of the deal. Those are my old Aquanite LEDs that we still had on my original 30L. So these two lights, actually that's a lie. I sold those lights with the tank. These are new ones, but we had Aquanites over my old 30L Innovative Marine, and it's bringing back memories of how the tank looks, and I really miss this kind of style. So there's a couple reasons I love the Innovative Marine. The glass quality, I love that it comes with a lid, and the black picturesque silicone that kind of outlines the aquarium. I just love everything about it. The aquarium also comes with an upgraded DC return pump. So the same company that makes my power heads and gyre pumps in my 38-gallon J-Bow DC 2500 or something like that. So it probably pushes out maybe 2,500 gallons per hour, but it's adjustable, which is awesome because the FijiQ pump is not. So that's what we got going on with the tank. Came with the stand, the tank, of course, the lid, and an upgraded adjustable DC return pump. So we're gonna get into how I'm setting up this tank and why I bought this tank here in a little bit. But as I mentioned before, a couple of the things that I love about the Innovative Marine tanks is that standard they come with a lid. So my 20-gallon comes with a lid that is mesh on the top, and it fits perfectly on the top of the aquarium. Same with the 30-gallon. It's got a couple clips on the side and then this nice mesh lid that goes on top. But point of me saying this is the Fiji cube that I have set up behind me that tank does not come with a lid. They do sell one separate, but it's $175, which is like a third of the price of the tank. I just think it's too much. So I love that Innovative Marine includes a lid with their aquariums. So getting into the reasons of why we bought the 30-gallon and kind of what we're gonna do with it. The main reason is it is a replacement for my 38-gallon that you guys see there in the middle. There's a couple reasons why I think this Innovative Marine 30L is going to be a little bit better of a setup than the 38 Peninsula, and that's because it's just going to be easier to aquascape. I have troubles aquascaping the 38-gallon, and I've never really loved how it's looked. I mean, don't get me wrong, I think it's a nice tank, 9 out of 10, but you know, there's part of me that does see potential in, you know, what the corals could look like and how it's aquascaped, and just doing it in a Peninsula style tank, it's really difficult. With the 30L, I think we'll just be able to aquascape it better. With having that all-in-one chamber pushed towards the back, we'll be able to aquascape, you know, on the back side of the aquarium. It's a little bit shallower of a tank as well, so we'll be able to stack that rock a little bit higher, you know, higher in the tank, and it'll look closer to that water level, just giving it a better look. I'm also extremely OCD, so the matching of the 20-gallon and the 30-gallon, I love that. It's the same exact silicone and it's pretty much the same exact build. So having both tanks side by side or one under the other, I think they'll look really good together. Now, since this is a replacement, we're essentially just going to set this up as the main display grow out tank that we have for the 38-gallon. That's pretty much what the 38-gallon is intended for, just to grow out our main colonies and get some frags out of it. Of course, we're gonna do a different aquascape, but it's gonna be the same corals and the same fish. The orange-eyed anthias in the 38-gallon, if we switch over to here, unfortunately has passed away. It's no longer in the tank, and I cannot find him for the life of me. So we only have the pair of clowns right now. I'm sure once we get this tank set up, we may add some sort of utilitarian fish, or maybe just a school of chromis, we'll see. But that's kind of the plans right now, is to just transfer everything over, get a nice aquascape in there, and then go from there. I guess I should also mention that the equipment's going to be transferred over as well. I only have the Aquanites on here just for display so we can see inside the tank, but we are going to be transferring over the new Sight K7 Pros and the ATO. I think we're going to still use the DC return pump that came with the tank, but we'll definitely throw in our Cobalt heater and the gyre pump from J-Bal as well. I think we can get away without using our SLW10 power heads, and we'll just be placing a gyre pump, I think, on the right side, or whichever way the tank's oriented against the wall. We will place the gyre pump like on that wall, and it'll just give some cross flow in the tank. But if we need to add in those power heads, then we will. This is one of those aquariums where I do not ever plan on selling it. It was really hard to acquire it in the first place, but it's such a good dimension and the build qualities there that I just don't see myself selling it in the future, but who knows, we'll see. I do want to thank all of you guys that are out there supporting, whether you're subscribed or not, or you just watch the videos. I appreciate you guys stopping by. I feel like making content really motivates me to keep up with my husbandry and cleaning the tanks and things like that. And all the different interactions that I get through like my DMs and social media. Everyone in the community is super friendly and really just wants to share knowledge and gain knowledge. So I love being a part of that. We're going to be moving in the next 5 to 6 months. So to be completely honest, I don't think this tank is going to be set up anytime soon. So I apologize for anyone that's coming here looking to see this thing filled up with water. However, any equipment that we get for this tank, we may buy another gyre pump from J-Bal for this tank. So any equipment, sand, rock, whatever we get, we're just going to make a video on it, put it on the tank as if we were going to put a new piece of equipment on a running aquarium, and just showcase it and go over it in a normal video. So we're going to still cover and make content on this tank, but I don't think it's going to be wet anytime soon. If you guys have any questions, then leave it in the comments down below. And if you want to check out my other socials, the link is in the description below as well. But with all that being said, I will catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.